Russell Wilson out in the city of Pittsburgh doing, saying all the right things as your quarterback starts to inch toward this 2024 season, his redemption year. Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports, everybody. I'm Jason. Let's talk about Russell Wilson. Let's talk a little bit about the wide receiver spot, and let's talk a little bit about the draft ahead of us here. It's rapidly approaching. We are almost there, not far away, less than 2 weeks away. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be making moves inside of the 2024 draft, and all the speculation will be over. As for your quarterback, Russell Wilson, guy here on a 1-year deal with the Denver Broncos, paying damn near everything, $38 million. And you have the Pittsburgh Steelers on the hook for the vet minimum at 1.2 something million. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, very cheap option. But you watch Russell Wilson out and about. You see him out and about in the city of Pittsburgh. You see him at Penn's games. You see him everywhere, trying to really gain the attention, gain the love and respect from the fan base here in Pittsburgh, and that is a positive thing that I am seeing from Russell Wilson. Some of you may call it lip service, some of you may call it just an act, and that Russell's just trying to get a good public image. Well, good, great, that's good. Russell Wilson seems to really want to be involved in this city. He seems to really want to be involved with this team and make it work. And that is just one big positive. And if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you can't turn your nose up at that. A guy that's really trying, a guy that's saying, hey, I want to be here. I want to be involved. I want to be in this city. I want to do things beyond football here. I want to help. I want to do what is necessary to get this team back to winning football inside of the playoffs. And that is exactly what Russell Wilson seems to be standing for. So we have to really give Russell Wilson props in that area. We have to say to him, hey man, thanks, good job. Like really start to maybe pull for this guy. Get behind him and see what he can do. Give him that opportunity. Don't boo him the first second he steps onto the field. Get behind the guy. He's your quarterback right now. And I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers really have to start getting behind him. Well, the fan base anyway. Getting behind the machine that is Russell Wilson. He's rich, man. Loaded. He's got it all. Rolling around, 100 people to eat probably. I don't know what he rolls around with. I haven't seen him. But, probably rolling around with a bunch of people, doing his thing, man. And we all have to just take notice and say, hey, man, applaud you. Good job. Thank you. Appreciate your willingness to really want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler and really be a part of that Pittsburgh community. So I wanted to bring that up because I feel like some people knock him and say, oh, he did the same things in Denver. Well, okay. At least he tries. You got to give that guy a little bit of applause, man, for trying. Trying is cool, We'll see how sincere that ends up being in the long run, but I really, truly think that Russell Wilson is giving his best effort, putting his best foot forward here as he tries to become the franchise quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Even knowing that the Pittsburgh Steelers picked up a very young option in Justin Fields. Some may think Justin Fields has a legitimate shot to beat out Russell Wilson. However, I, on the other hand, think that this is going to be a reset year for Justin Fields. I think that this is going to be a year in which he takes to learn, a year in which he restarts his NFL career and gets himself on the best path possible. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this is all how it plays out. So that leads us into who are these quarterbacks going to be throwing the football to? You have George Pickens, and then you have a slew of guys that are younger veterans that aren't number 2 targets. That some may think that aren't even number 3 targets. That may be more just depth piece guys, 4th, 5th type options. But who are the Pittsburgh Steelers eyeing here? I personally think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go into the draft and try to find that number 2. I think that is exactly where they want to be. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for Omar Khan to make a trade if the financial workings make sense. And that's where you fall into this Brandon Ayuk stuff. I don't think that that's going to happen. His agent has denied the rumors of being connected with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But there's one that may work. A guy on a $21 million contract for this year. A guy that may be a Pittsburgh Steeler. You never know, and that is Tee Higgins. I think it could work. I think it could make sense. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers could figure it out and try to bring him in and make that $21 million work for this season. But, guys, you're going to start to see some things if this is going to happen, if any type of wide receiver trade happens. You're going to start to see the Pittsburgh Steelers make some moves, and you're going to start to see reports rather quickly happen. And you're going to see things start to fall into place. And that's going to give you the real clue as to whether or not this Pittsburgh Steelers team is truly, truly interested in making a trade or any type of signing like of that nature, of those types of high contracts, those $20 million a year contracts, which will really give you good insight. You're going to start to see several restructures. You're going to start to see those restructures slash extensions, what they really are. You're going to see them for players like TJ Watt. You're going to see them for players like Cam Hayward, Minka Fitzpatrick. You're going to start to see those restructures, and they're going to be quick, and they're going to happen fast, because that's what they're going to have to do to be able to open up the cap space in order to make sure that they can sign these guys and have the proper financial ability to make one of these signings. So, pay attention this week. I really, really think you should, because honestly, you're going to start to see, hey, news coming out of Pittsburgh. TJ Watt restructures and extends his contract, freeing up X amount of dollars. Then you're going to quickly see a Minka, a Cam. You're going to start to see maybe an Alex Highsmith restructure. You're going to start to see those restructures and those extensions happen very, very quickly. And once those dominoes start to fall into place, you can almost guarantee that the Pittsburgh Steelers are looking to make a move inside of the trade market before the draft. I could almost say that with certainty. They are going to have to maybe shuffle a little bit of money around anyway just to sign their rookies. But if they start to really reel off extensions, really reel off these restructures, you're going to see the Pittsburgh Steelers make a move, because that's why they would be doing that. That's why they would restructure all of those contracts in order to make room to bring in a guy on a trade, perhaps a veteran wide receiver. We'll see how that all transpires. But the Pittsburgh Steelers definitely would give you some clues. And those are the things that you really need to pay attention to if you're a Steelers fan here. I know it's more of a dry news period right now. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers here sitting a little bit idle, waiting ahead of the draft. You're seeing more people talking about guys like Russell Wilson just being out on the town. I did too. You're seeing more of just rumor mills being floated around. The rumor mill really, really going, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are a little bit idle, like I said. So people are trying to manufacture clicks, trying to manufacture views on their content. So you're going to see a lot of things that don't even make any sense, that are just being brought out there just for the sake of being brought out there. So don't buy into some of it. Some of it could just be lip service, man. As I said in the beginning of the video, some of it could just be lip service. So slow your roll with some of those. Look for the real clues, guys. Look for the clues of the Pittsburgh Steelers doing those restructures, doing those extensions. Look for the Pittsburgh Steelers maybe to drop a player here or there. Look for those types of things. That's what you're looking for. Anywhere they start to free up cap space, that's going to tell you that it's going to start to maybe trickle downhill here and start to get the ball rolling on a potential trade. And you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers now and what they have available in terms of draft capital. They have 2 picks in round 3, 2 picks in round 6. So they can start to really maybe take one of those extra picks in those rounds, package them together, take on somebody's salary to help another team free up some cap space, restructure their own players and bring that player in, even if it's on a 1-year deal. Maybe then they can try to figure out a longer term deal down the road. Perhaps the Pittsburgh Steelers make the trade and then try to sign and trade somebody so they could bring that player in and figure out how to rework a new deal to alleviate some of the cap hit here for 2024. Those are possibilities. We'll see how this all goes. But the Pittsburgh Steelers and Omar Khan, as always, have options, and that's the biggest part of this whole equation. That is what is special about the 2024 Steelers. They have those options. And the Pittsburgh Steelers continue to work, continue to explore all of those options ahead of the 2024 season. And I think it's only going to spell good things for your Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think that this offseason has went well so far. And now comes the finale. Now comes the real end all be all for the 2024 offseason. How does Omar Khan finish? This is Omar Khan's fourth quarter, guys. This is where Omar Khan makes his money, right here. Here in the end portion of the offseason, to where you're going to see these draft pieces fall into place. You're going to see the final trades and final maybe free agent type people picked up. You're going to start to see these moves. You're going to see this roster start to truly develop. You're going to see all the depth being brought in, all the competition pieces. So this is where you're really going to be able to give Omar Khan a grade here right after the draft. You're really going to be able to tell what he has done and how good of an offseason that he has truly had. And this is Omar Khan's shining moment here in year 2 as the Pittsburgh Steelers general manager. So don't forget, guys, tonight's our live show, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we explore all the Steelers news, NFL news from around the league. So enjoy that tonight. Join us. Make sure you hit the like button before you come in. Make sure you share it with all your friends. That'd be really cool. As we continue to march through this week, this is going to be a big week ahead of the draft here. So don't forget, also, we'll be doing our draft show. That first round, Sean and I will be live that night. So we'll be doing that. Special things coming up, guys. So make sure that you're tuned in here to Mike Drop Sports. The show Steel City Live every night. Make sure you're tuned into that. And let's continue to build this community. And we're almost to that 3,000 mark. Come on, let's hit that. Let's hit that subscribe button. We're almost there, man. Not far off. Not far off. So I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you viewing. And until tomorrow, well, until tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then tomorrow for our daily upload. I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports. Peace.